Discover the $12 secret of bamboo rat farming success. Part 1. Introduction, a new path in farming. Across Vietnam's countryside, it's a familiar picture. Chickens running freely in the yard, fish ponds, pigsties, and cattle barns. For generations, farmers have relied on these traditional livestock models for their livelihood. But more and more families are realizing a tough reality. Raising chickens or ducks often means unstable markets, unpredictable prices, and frequent losses. Raising pigs involves high feed costs, constant fear of disease outbreaks, and risky price swings. Cattle and buffalo demand large land areas, big investments, and long turnaround times before seeing any profit. Many households work tirelessly all year, only to find their earnings barely enough to cover costs. Some even give up farming altogether, forced to look for other jobs. This raises a pressing question. Is there a farming model that requires little capital, is simple to manage, and still generates high profits? This is not only the concern of rural families but also of young people in the cities who dream of returning home to start a sustainable career in agriculture. In recent years, an unexpected name has emerged as the answer: the bamboo rat, locally known as Dewey. At first, people laughed at the idea. After all, Dewey are wild rodents living in forests, burrowing underground, rarely seen in villages. Who would think of raising them in pens for meat and breeding? Yet reality has proven otherwise. An increasing number of farmers and young entrepreneurs are turning to Dewey, and the results have far exceeded expectations. Dewey are easy to raise, requiring little daily care. Their diet consists mainly of bamboo, sugarcane, corn, and cassava, cheap, abundant farm byproducts found in every village. They thrive in small, simple pens, with no need for major investment. And most importantly, demand for Dewey meat is booming in restaurants and specialty eateries. While supply remains scarce, this supply-demand gap has created a golden opportunity for anyone willing to try. Even beginners with no prior livestock experience can start small, learn step by step, and still achieve success. That's what makes this model so attractive: low capital, low risk, easy to manage, but highly profitable. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the world of Dewey, their origins, biology, and natural behavior, the nutritional and culinary value of Dewey meat, how to design cages and choose the best farming model, practical techniques for breeding, feeding, disease prevention, and care, real-life success stories, with clear numbers and lessons learned. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of whether Dewey farming is truly the low-cost, high-profit model that anyone can do. More importantly, I hope this video inspires you to take action and see Dewey farming as a modern, sustainable path to agricultural wealth. Part 2. Introducing the bamboo rat, Dewey. When people first hear about Dewey, they usually imagine a wild rodent living deep in the forest, rarely seen by humans. In reality, Dewey have long existed in Vietnam, distributed across hilly and mountainous regions, especially where bamboo grows abundantly. Their favorite food source. 1. Biological classification and characteristics. According to biological research, Dewey belong to the rodent family, distant relatives of rats. But unlike rats, they have a stocky build, thick glossy fur, a calm temperament, and most importantly, they don't harm crops. In Vietnam, several species of Dewey are common. Large bamboo rat, Dewey Moc Lan. Small bamboo rat, Dewey Moc No. Red-cheeked bamboo rat, Dewey Ma Dao. Brown bamboo rat, Dewey Now. Each has slight differences in size, growth rate, and reproductive ability, but overall they are easy to raise, highly adaptable, and very profitable. Among them, the large bamboo rat and red-cheeked bamboo rat are most commonly farmed due to their high productivity, delicious meat, and strong market demand. 2. Behavior and adaptability. Dewey are nocturnal animals, usually hiding in burrows or dark corners during the day. They are gentle by nature, rarely fight, and cause little trouble, making them very easy to manage. Their main diet consists of bamboo, sugarcane, corn, and cassava, all inexpensive. readily available in rural areas. This is a huge advantage, since farmers don't need costly industrial feed. Although originally wild animals, Dewey adapt well to captivity. In simple, cool, and quiet pens, they grow and reproduce steadily. They rarely fall sick, have strong resistance, and require minimal care. This makes Dewey farming accessible even for beginners with no prior livestock experience. 3. Nutritional and culinary value. Dewey meat is regarded as a specialty delicacy. White, firm, flavorful meat with low fat and high protein. Its taste is often compared to wild chicken, leaving a lasting impression after just one try. As a result, many diners are willing to pay premium prices for Dewey dishes. Restaurants in major cities and tourist destinations are increasingly adding Dewey to their menus, offering dishes like steamed Dewey with lime leaves, charcoal grilled Dewey, stir-fried Dewey with lemongrass and chili, Dewey stew with green bananas and tofu, even fake dog meat made from Dewey. Because supply is limited, Dewey often sell at higher prices than chicken, duck, pork, or even beef. In some high-end restaurants, Dewey meat is priced on par with seafood specialties. 4. Comparison with traditional livestock. Chickens and ducks, constant disease threats, unstable prices, and oversupply. Pigs, high capital required, costly feed, and devastating risks from swine fever. Cattle and buffalo need large grazing land, slow capital turnover. By contrast, Dewey farming requires less space, low costs, minimal care, and still benefits from a high-value market with unmet demand. Blank, underscore, blank. Checkmark. To sum up, Dewey are no longer just wild rodents in the forest. They have become a profitable specialty livestock, helping many rural households change their lives. With their gentle nature, low-cost feeding, adaptability, and high commercial value, Dewey farming is an exciting new opportunity for farmers and young entrepreneurs alike. Part 3. Market demand and culinary value of Dewey meat. Not long ago, Dewey meat was a dish known only in remote mountain villages, often hunted from the wild and served at special gatherings. Today, however, it has become a highly sought-after delicacy in urban restaurants and specialty eateries. 1. Unique taste and rising popularity. Dewey meat is known for its distinctive flavor. White, firm, and sweet like wild chicken. Low in fat yet rich in protein. Aromatic and unforgettable after the first taste. This unique quality has made Dewey dishes increasingly popular among food lovers looking for something new and exotic. At specialty restaurants, Dewey is prepared in a variety of ways. Steamed with lime leaves, charcoal grilled over open fire, stir-fried with lemongrass and chili, braised with green bananas and tofu, even recreated as a fake dog meat dish. Each recipe delivers its own distinctive taste, both rustic and refined, piquing curiosity and satisfying adventurous palates. 2. Expanding urban and tourist markets. In cities like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, and Nha Trang, more and more restaurants are adding Dewey to their menus. In some places, customers must reserve in advance to try it because supply is so limited. This scarcity has pushed prices to impressive levels. Breeding Dewey, for stock, from several $100,000 to over $1 million VND per pair, approximately equals $40 to $100. Meat Dewey, for consumption, 500.000-800 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, approximately equals $20 to $35 per kilogram. At high-end restaurants, Dewey dishes can be priced even higher. When compared to chicken, duck, pork, or even beef, Dewey farming clearly brings superior profitability. 3. Emerging export potential. Beyond domestic demand, Dewey meat is beginning to attract attention from international markets. Diners abroad are increasingly curious about rare, nutrient-rich, and exotic foods. This opens the door for Dewey farming to one day serve export markets, where specialty products command premium prices. 4. Supply-demand gap equals golden opportunity. Currently, there is a large gap between supply and demand. Natural Dewey populations are nearly depleted due to overhunting. The number of Dewey farms remains too small to meet growing demand. As a result, some restaurants even post signs like, "No Dewey available today," because they can't secure enough supply. This gap presents a golden opportunity for new farmers. While poultry and pork markets are oversaturated and fiercely competitive, Dewey remains a new, underdeveloped niche with plenty of room for growth. Those who start now gain a first-mover advantage to secure markets and build their brand. Checkmark. In short, Dewey meat has gone from an obscure dish to a high-value delicacy with rapidly expanding markets. With rising demand, stable high prices, and limited supply, Dewey farming is positioned as one of the most promising specialty livestock models for the years ahead. Part 4. Housing and effective farming models. When people first think about farming Dewey, the biggest concern is usually, aren't these animals from the wild? Burrowing underground and hiding in forests? That's why the design of housing is the most important foundation for successful Dewey farming. If the pens are built correctly to match their natural habits, Dewey are surprisingly easy to raise and highly profitable. 1. General principles for Dewey housing. The requirements are not complicated, but there are some essentials. Quiet environment. Dewey prefer peace and calm. Avoid noisy, busy areas. Cool, dry, and clean. No direct sunlight. No humidity. No stagnant water. Enclosure materials can be built from brick, cement, or even wooden or plastic boxes, so long as they are solid and prevent Dewey from gnawing their way out. Natural feel. Place bamboo tubes, clay pipes, or hollow bricks inside for Dewey to crawl into. This mimics their natural burrows and helps them adapt quickly. 2. 3 common farming models. A. Small-scale household model. Ideal for beginners. Requires just a few dozen Dewey and a pen of 10 to 20 square meters. Advantages. Low investment, little daily work, low risk, and easy to learn. Disadvantages. Profits are modest at first. Mainly suited for experimentation and building experience. B. Medium-scale farm model. Once techniques are mastered and stable buyers are found, many households scale up to several hundred Dewey. Requires a larger pen, tens of square meters, and higher investment. Advantages. Ability to supply a consistent volume to traders and restaurants. Disadvantages. Greater need for strict management of breeding, hygiene, and disease prevention. C. Large-scale commercial model. Adopted by professional farms with thousands of Dewey. Targeting both domestic and regional markets. Requires spacious facilities, significant capital, and systematic management. Advantages. Very high profits and potential to create local jobs. Disadvantages. Higher risks. Demand advanced knowledge in farm management, disease control, and market stability. 3. Real success stories. Nguyen Van Nam, Hoa Binh Province. Started with just a few pairs of Dewey and about 20 million Vietnamese dongs, $800, for cages and breeding stock. Within a year, his herd grew to several hundred Dewey. Sold breeding pairs at $800 Vietnamese dongs, $32, and meat Dewey at $600 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, $24. In the second year alone, he made nearly 300 million Vietnamese dongs, $12, in net profit. Today, his farm has expanded to 500 square meters, supplying Dewey breeding stock across northern Vietnam. He shares, raising Dewey is nothing like raising chickens or ducks. As long as the cages are solid, feeding is regular, and hygiene is maintained, Dewey grow very quickly. La Thi Hoa, Nha An Province. Began with 10 pairs of Dewey in her backyard. After 2 years, her herd grew to 200 plus Dewey. She now sells both breeding stock and meat Dewey, earning 150 million Vietnamese dongs, $6 per year, much higher than traditional livestock. She also mentors other households, creating a network to supply Dewey to restaurants in Vinh and Hanoi. 4. Lessons learned. These success stories highlight one truth: Dewey farming can suit all kinds of farmers. For small households with little capital, a safe entry model that's easy to learn. For young entrepreneurs, medium-scale farms help build experience and establish a personal brand. For investors with vision, large-scale farms can lead to sustainable wealth and even export opportunities. Regardless of scale, housing is the decisive factor. Clean, cool, quiet, and natural-like cages help Dewey thrive, resist disease, and grow quickly. Proper investment in housing not only reduces risks but also cuts long-term costs and increases productivity. Checkmark. In summary, choosing the right farming model, paired with well-designed housing, is the key to unlocking the economic potential of Dewey farming. This is not a business only for the wealthy. Anyone can start. From small households to ambitious startups. Part 5. Why choose Dewey farming? In livestock farming, the biggest concerns for most farmers are always the same: initial investment, ongoing costs, and stable markets. With traditional animals like chickens, ducks, pigs, cattle, or buffalo, just hearing the upfront capital required is enough to discourage many households. But Dewey farming is different. It's simpler, cheaper, and less risky, while still delivering impressive profits. 1. Low initial investment. No need for large plots of land or expensive barns. Farmers can use a corner of the yard, a small shed, or even a spare room. All that's required is a sturdy, quiet, and well-ventilated pen. Even Dewey breeding stock is affordable if starting small. Right. This makes Dewey farming accessible even for families with very limited resources. 2. Cheap, abundant feed. Unlike pigs and poultry, which rely heavily on costly industrial feed, Dewey thrive on simple, readily available crops: bamboo, sugarcane, corn, cassava, other farm byproducts. In many rural areas, bamboo grows wild, sugarcane is plentiful, and corn or cassava are staples in every household. Even agricultural leftovers that might otherwise go to waste can be turned into nutritious Dewey feed. Light bulb. As a result, feeding costs are extremely low, making Dewey farming far more profitable. 3. Strong resistance and fewer diseases. Chickens and ducks carry constant risks of avian flu. Pigs are vulnerable to devastating African swine fever. But Dewey are naturally hardy, with strong immunity and very few diseases. They rarely require medication, helping farmers save money on vet bills. Right. This low-maintenance nature makes Dewey an ideal choice, even for beginners with little farming experience. 4. Minimal labor required. No need to feed many times a day like chickens or ducks. No need for grazing like cattle or buffalo. Farmers simply provide bamboo, sugarcane, corn, or cassava on a schedule. Clean the pens, and that's it. This makes Dewey farming suitable even for people with limited time, or for those who want to farm part-time while pursuing other jobs. 5. Stable markets and high profits. Demand for Dewey meat is rising in restaurants and specialty eateries. Breeding stock is also in high demand among new farmers. Prices remain stable and high, rarely dropping like other livestock markets. This gives Dewey farmers peace of mind that their investment and efforts will be rewarded fairly. 6. Beyond survival, towards prosperity. Many families who started Dewey farming with just a few dozen animals are now earning enough to build houses, send children to school, secure a comfortable lifestyle. Young entrepreneurs are also proving that Dewey farming isn't just about making ends meet. It's a true path to wealth when managed correctly and expanded step by step. Checkmark. To sum up, while many traditional livestock models are becoming riskier and less profitable, Dewey farming shines as a smart alternative. With low startup costs, cheap feed, strong resistance, minimal care needs, stable markets, and high returns, it checks every box. It's no exaggeration to call Dewey farming a golden opportunity in modern agriculture. From just a few dozen Dewey, a determined farmer can write their own story of transformation and success. Part 6. Detailed farming techniques for Dewey. The success or failure of Dewey farming depends largely on housing design, breeding stock selection, feeding, and healthcare. While Dewey are hardy and low maintenance, applying the right techniques ensures higher survival rates, faster growth, and greater profits. 1. Housing for commercial Dewey. Since Dewey are naturally adapted to dark, quiet burrows, Cages should replicate these conditions as closely as possible. Materials. Cages can be built from brick, cement, wooden boxes, or thick plastic tubs. Walls must be solid enough to prevent Dewey from gnawing through. Floors should be cemented or tiled for easy cleaning. Interior setup. Add bamboo tubes, clay pipes, or wooden logs for Dewey to crawl through and gnaw on. Standard design. Square compartments. About 50 by 60 centimeters and 40 to 50 centimeters high. Suitable for a pair or a mother with kits. Each pen should have a small feed and water tray. Environment. Keep the area quiet, shaded, and well ventilated. Avoid direct sunlight, noise, and dampness. Light bulb cost-saving tip. Many farmers reuse old bricks, leftover cement, or unused cement tanks. Others use large plastic tubs or block bricks to create compartments. The priority is not beauty, but sturdiness, dryness, and hygiene. 2. Selecting breeding stock. Good stock determines 70% of farming success. Poor quality Dewey result in weak performance and losses. Signs of healthy stock: active, bright eyes, smooth fur, steady movements, no bloating. Healthy Dewey react quickly to stimuli, while weak ones are sluggish. For breeding, choose strong, well-shaped males and soft-bellied females with good reproductive capacity. Where to buy? Only from reputable farms with veterinary certification. Avoid cheap, unverified Dewey sold in markets. Always visit farms to inspect conditions and observe the herd before buying. 3. Breeding methods. Ratio. One male can mate with 2 to 3 females. Breeding age. Around 5 to 7 months for females. Gestation. 2 to 3 months per litter, with 3 to 5 kits on average. Care. After mating, separate females to give them a quiet, safe space to reproduce. 4. Care routines. New stock acclimation. When bringing home Dewey, let them adapt for a few days in a quiet pen. Feed soft foods like young sugarcane or corn. Avoid overfeeding at first. Growth stage. As Dewey mature, provide bamboo, cassava, and older sugarcane for gnawing, which prevents teeth from overgrowing. Within 5 to 7 months, Dewey typically reach 1.2-1.5 kg. Breeding stage. Mothers need more privacy. Limit disturbance after birth to prevent them from harming their kits. Add extra corn, cassava, and tubers to improve milk production. Market stage. At 1.2 to 1.5 kg. Dewey are ready for sale as meat stock. Healthy, fast-growing individuals can also be selected as future breeders. Light bulb modern upgrades. Some farms now use multi-tier cement pens with covers to save space and improve management. A few even install cameras to monitor Dewey behavior and health remotely. 5. Feeding Dewey. Main feed: bamboo, sugarcane, corn, cassava. Supplements: sweet potatoes, pumpkins, and leafy greens. Preparation: cut bamboo and sugarcane into smaller pieces. Feed corn and cassava fresh or dried for storage. Replace feed daily to avoid spoilage. Warning tips for fast growth. Don't change feed suddenly. Introduce new items gradually. Always provide bamboo or sugarcane for gnawing. Preventing dental problems. Keep pens clean to reduce bacteria from leftover food. 6. Disease prevention and treatment. Though Dewey are resistant, poor care can lead to issues. Common problems: diarrhea from moldy feed, pneumonia from damp or drafty pens, external parasites like mites if hygiene is poor. Natural prevention: keep pens clean, dry, and well ventilated. Replace feed and water regularly. Never feed spoiled food. Provide bamboo, sugarcane to maintain dental health. Folk remedies. For mild diarrhea, feed young guava or pederia leaves. For pneumonia, keep pens warm and increase energy-rich feed. For parasites, bathe Dewey with diluted green tea or salt water. Right finger. In short, prevention is always better than cure. With clean housing, proper diets, and stable conditions, Dewey will thrive with survival rates above 90%. Checkmark. To sum up, Dewey farming is not complicated. By focusing on housing, breeding stock, feeding, and hygiene, farmers can ensure healthy growth, high survival, and stable profits. With persistence and correct practices, even beginners can succeed quickly. Part 7. Harvesting and marketing dewey. Once dewey have been raised with proper care, the next important stage is harvesting and marketing. This is when all the effort, time, and investment finally turn into actual income. 1. Harvesting dewey for meat. Market weight. Dewey typically reach 1.2 to 1.5 kilograms after 5 to 7 months. At this size, they are suitable for sale to restaurants and consumers. Selection. Choose healthy, uniform animals with good appearance. Dewey that are too small or weak should not be sold as breeding stock. Handling. Gently catch dewey using nets or gloves to avoid injury, as dewey have sharp teeth and may bite if stressed. Preparation. Deliver dewey live if requested by restaurants or traders. Some customers prefer live dewey to ensure freshness before processing. 2. Selling dewey for breeding stock. This channel often brings even higher profits than selling for meat. Breeding pairs. Healthy dewey with good body shape, shiny fur, and strong activity are sold as pairs for new farmers. Price. A breeding pair can range from several $100,000 to over $1 million VND, $40 - 100 plus, depending on size, age, and quality. Demand. Rising strongly as more households and young entrepreneurs start dewey farming. Right finger. Many farmers say selling breeding stock brings double the profit compared to meat sales. 3. Marketing strategies. To succeed, dewey farmers must actively find buyers instead of waiting passively. Some effective approaches include: build partnerships with restaurants, offer consistent supply and competitive prices. Restaurants value reliability. Connect with traders. Traders often buy in bulk and resell to restaurants or markets. Sell online. Use Facebook, Zalo, or TikTok to introduce your farm. Post videos of dewey, and connect directly with buyers. Word of mouth. Satisfied customers, whether breeders or diners, are your best promoters. Light bulb. Some farmers even create farm brands with logos, business cards, or simple packaging. This increases trust and helps secure repeat customers. 4. Profit calculations. Let's take an example. A dewey sold for meat averages 1.3 kilograms by 600.000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram equals 780 Vietnamese dongs, $31. Selling 100 dewey for meat equals 78 million Vietnamese dongs, $3.100. If half are sold as breeding pairs at higher prices, revenue can be even greater. With steady care and management, farmers can recover their initial investment within 1 year and start earning stable profits thereafter. 5. Challenges in marketing. Limited awareness. Many people still don't know dewey can be farmed. Supply shortage. Restaurants often want more than farms can provide. Fake breeders. Some sell wild-caught dewey disguised as farm bred. Hurting reputation. Right finger. To overcome these challenges, farmers must focus on quality, transparency, and consistency. Delivering healthy dewey and building credibility ensures long-term markets. Checkmark. In summary, harvesting and marketing are the final, decisive steps in dewey farming. Whether selling for meat or breeding, dewey bring high and stable profits. The key is to diversify channels, maintain credibility, and connect with markets proactively. Done right, dewey farming can quickly become a sustainable source of income for households and entrepreneurs alike. Part 8. Secrets to Success and the Mindset of a Modern Farmer. Farming dewey may look simple from the outside, but to achieve long-term success, farmers need not only basic techniques but also the right mindset, that of a modern entrepreneurial farmer. 1. Start small, grow steadily. Many success stories began with just 5 to 10 pairs of dewey, raised in simple backyard pens. After gaining experience, farmers expanded step by step into larger herds and higher profits. Right finger lesson. Don't rush. Start with what you can manage. Once you understand their behavior, feeding, and breeding, you can scale confidently. 2. Keep careful records. A notebook may seem simple, but it is a farmer's most powerful tool. Note down breeding dates, litter sizes, feed amounts, and sales. This helps identify which dewey lines are most productive. Records also show exactly how much you're earning, turning farming into a true business model rather than a guessing game. 3. Build strong networks. Farming dewey is no longer a lonely journey. Across Vietnam, more and more farmer groups and online communities on Facebook, Zalo, and TikTok share techniques, markets, and experiences. By joining these groups, you can learn new methods from experienced farmers, share buyers and connect with restaurants or traders, support one another during challenges, from disease outbreaks to price drops. Light bulb: the more you connect, the stronger your position becomes. 4. Market proactively. Don't wait for buyers to come, go find them. Create a personal brand for your farm. Post photos and videos of dewey daily. Share care techniques to build trust. Use business cards, logos, or farm signs to boost credibility. Approach restaurants and offer samples to win contracts. Right finger: in today's digital age, a smartphone and social media are as important as bamboo and sugarcane in dewey farming. 5. Adopt the entrepreneur's mindset. Traditional farmers often see farming as making a living. Modern farmers must see it as running a business. Calculate investment, costs, and profits carefully. Always look for ways to improve efficiency and expand markets. Consider dewey farming not just as survival, but as a path to prosperity. 6. Be patient and persistent. Like any business, dewey farming won't make you rich overnight. Success takes time, effort, and consistency. Some farmers faced early failures, poor housing, sick dewey, or lost buyers. But those who persisted learned from mistakes, improved techniques, and grew stronger herds. Today, many earn hundreds of millions of VND per year from dewey. Right finger: patience is the secret ingredient that turns dewey from a wild rodent into a true goldmine of agriculture. Checkmark: in summary, the secrets to dewey farming success lie in 1. Starting small, scaling steadily. 2. Keeping clear records. 3. Building community and market networks. 4. Thinking like an entrepreneur. 5. Practicing patience and persistence. With these, dewey farming becomes more than just raising animals. It becomes a modern agricultural business model that changes lives. Closing message. Dear friends, we've explored the entire journey of dewey farming. From their origins and biology, to housing, feeding, and breeding techniques, to harvesting, marketing, and business success stories. This model is not fantasy, it is a real, low-cost, high-profit opportunity. With just a small starting capital, anyone can build a sustainable income. And with patience, knowledge, and entrepreneurial spirit, dewey farming can truly become the path to prosperity for a new generation of farmers. Right finger: so, why wait? Start with a few dewey today, and you may soon find yourself writing the next inspiring success story in modern farming.